Now then YouTube, I am the Toffman and welcome back to episode 46 now of Thaumcraft and Botania Unite. Today guys, I want to get into some Automagy. Now I say I want to get into Automagy, I've never really used it before, I have to say. Tulgin, who is the maker of it, is an absolutely fantastic mod maker, and I've seen what people can do with Automagy. I am nowhere near that intelligent enough to be able to do some of the stuff that those people have done. However, I would like to get into it. I would like to understand some of the items a lot more. So I think I'm going to do some research on Automagy today. But first and foremost, guys, I want to go through some of your guys' comments. A lot of you guys are all saying, "Oh, why are you not using alchemy golems? Why are you not using alchemy golems?" And I'll explain that in just a little second in somebody else's comment when they said about they said something. People also noticing the fact that I could actually centrifuge to get auto, which I may use a separate setup because I've got metallum. It just drags it from this and then takes it over here and plops it into there. However, auto I would have to do slightly different. Of course, I would have to auto craft the items, and if I auto craft chiseled blocks, by the way, I would have to do something and then put them in here. However, if I centrifuged an item, I would have a separate setup over here that I would just, put a chest by it or something like that, or, have them automatically pumped into there. And that would go ahead, centrifuge the item down into two different Essentias, and then put the auto into there. It would be a little separate kind of, piping network. It would be a separate network for that, but it would work nonetheless. I don't know what I want to do yet, to be quite honest. I really don't know what I want to do yet. Kevin Munoz, to use the mob spawn false command. If I did that, game rule doesn't work. Game rule mob griefing false. I don't have permission to use that command. When I started this world, I did it on purpose with no cheats. However, I think there is a way around that. If I open it to a LAN world, and do that, now I can actually do it. How bad is that? You can actually get around it. That's ridiculous. I have literally just learned how to do that because I looked on the Kevin's comment there and I thought actually that's a good point, why have I not done that yet? And then I typed it in and I went, oh damn, that's why I haven't done it yet. So I had to look up and somebody said about using the LAN, so I was like, oh nice, I wonder if that actually works, and lo and behold, it actually works, guys. That's madness. Buckwheat. Now this was the comment of why I don't use golems for everything. Thaumic pipes. Are thaumic pipes doing things differently? Yes, they are. Because these pipes will put things into a void pipe, a void jar, if it's full, and then the aspect itself is going to be voided. I may actually change this because somebody else has made a comment in a second. The thaumic pipes, however, they just keep the aspect in the pipe. They won't actually let the aspect into the jar if it's a void jar, because if it's full, they won't let anything go through there. You see that there? Six panas. Why is the 6 panas in there? Oh no, that's 64. I'm just missing the 6. I'm just missing the 4. So yeah, they just hang around in there until there's space to go ahead and put it in. I don't want that to happen because that will lead to lag and it will lead to all sorts of bad stuff. So that's really the reason why I use thaumic pipes for taking out, because they only take what they need, and the normal pipes for putting in, which is why I've done this whole network. Why waste metallum at all? That is a good. That's a good thing, why waste metallum? Why not get more than the 64 that this jar holds? I could do that, and I probably will. I'll probably move this one up here, and then put a normal jar with metallum here. So I will end up with 2 full jars of metallum. But there is something else. There is something else that somebody's suggested in just a second that I will tell you guys. But the reason why I don't use golems for everything is this exact comment. I wonder what method he will use to get auto. That's the whole point of all of my builds that I've done. I don't want to be the same as what everybody else is doing. Sticking a golem on it and tell him to go over there, it's an easy way out. It's the easiest way out. This way, I can guarantee to you, this way is probably something you haven't seen on YouTube yet. This way, probably you have, but taking the things out and then put it into a separate network to go and put it into here, I can guarantee you probably haven't seen that on YouTube yet. If you have, do apologise. But I don't want it to be the same. I don't want it to be a carbon copy. I don't want it to be a clone of other channels that are out there. I want to do things differently. So the very fact that you're asking yourself, I wonder who will use to make Auto, is exactly what I want it to be, because I don't want to be predictable, if that makes any sense. That's the reason why I don't use golems for everything, because it's just so easy to stick a golem on it. If you like it, then you gotta put a golem on it. If you like it, then you gotta put a golem on it. Don't give up your day job, top. Don't give up your day job, top man. Right, anyways, moving swiftly on from that horrendous rendition of Beyonce's Poor Ring. Evil Galard says, use the Essentia crystallizer to crystallize unneeded Essentia. Stick it on the end of your piping network, which would be up here, and allow it to take what essence isn't being used and turn it into crystallized essence. And I think that is definitely the way that I want to go. And I think it would actually, in fact, I don't think it will even go through there. I think it will still keep accepting them into here. So I may need to transfer all of these into normal jars, if I am going to do it that way, which is a little bit of a pain, because I believe I've got to use, oh man, it's a little bit of a pain. I think you've got to take the label off and put it onto a normal jar, and then it's got a stronger suction or something like that. I remember someone saying that to me about something. I'll sort it out anyway. I will sort it out. But today, guys, like I said, I want to get into some Automagy, because I've added that to the pack now, which is there. I haven't actually done anything with this yet. So, slivers of warding. Well, I've got enough for that. This would be, ooh. Oh, you only get the one. Because that is a very similar recipe, of course, to one that's up here. Paving stone of warding. You get 4 for that. But there is a separate recipe that will allow you to get just the 1, if you need 1. Which is pretty decent. So, redstone theory, magic or technology? Wow. Wow, guys. Bit of a wall text coming in here. Redstone possesses many unusual characteristics. Its ability to transmit signals and form circuits has led many to believe it's a form of mundane technology. Indeed, redstone power is the foundation upon all sorts of technology, upon which all sorts of technology relies. My goodness, let me take a drink here. The words might actually come out now. However, one who is versed in the arcane arts knows that redstone's unique properties are invaluable to all manner of magics. Potions perhaps being the most well-known example. For these reasons, redstone is often viewed as a natural bridge between magic and technology, and so it is, but the Thaumaturge knows that it is much more. At the fundamental level, redstone is no mundane material at all. Even when functioning as part of an elaborate circuit or mechanical device, a more careful look requires that its behaviour can be described only as magical. You aim to take full advantage of this wondrous substance. To this end, you have designed some simple devices to help you better incorporate redstone logic into your everyday thaumaturgy. See, this is what people wanted me to use in place of the stuff over there for my TNT spawner, the timers and stuff. You are certain that further studies will yield greater inventions. In fact, this may even be the basis of a whole new discipline of thaumaturgy. One focused on allowing a thaumaturge to automate tasks more intelligently, and you think you'll call it Automagy. So we've got the redstone inversion torch. Oh, the redstone torch's ability to invert a redstone signal is very useful, but you cannot help but notice that it inverts only in a binary manner. Even the weakest signal that reaches the block torch is attached to... even the weakest signal that reaches the block the torch is attached to will cause it to turn off. And when it is on, it is always at full strength. But what if you wanted a truly inverted signal? Not just from 15 to 0, but from 10 to 5, from 3 to 12, and so on. Utilising basic thaumaturgical principles, you've created a more orderly, less all-or-nothing redstone torch. Interesting. This is the timer that I was saying about. The redstone hourglass is a simple but versatile device allowing you to regulate the timings of redstone signals transmissions. When activated by right-click or redstone signal, the glass turns and sand starts to fall. A redstone pulse is emitted once the sand has settled. If the rear of a redstone comparator is next to the hourglass, it will output a signal which increases in strength as the sand falls. The hourglass outputs to its left and right sides. It accepts activation signal from any other side. Right-click the hourglass with your wand or a stick to adjust the timer's length. The timer is quite precise, but unfortunately only allows adjustment in 5 seconds increments and peaks out at 60 seconds. But you know this device is only the foundation upon which you will build better things. So I could use the hourglass in place of the timers that I've got from Project Red, which would be a thing. It would be a thing. The clock, could I do that? Huh. It sounded like a villager. I'm going to have to think about that one. But it does open the possibilities of going through more stuff. Ooh, greedy chest. Need some scribing tools. Let me go ahead and research some of this stuff, guys, and see if I actually want to use some of this stuff in today's episode. Okay, we've got a couple of discoveries right here that I've managed to go ahead and find using that awesome website, the Research Helper. I will try to remember to put it in the description below. If I don't, just give me a prod, guys, and I will go ahead and put it in for you. It's a very, very neat website that will allow you to just really help out with that stuff. It is slightly out of date with some of the aspects, but it is so useful. I use it all the time. Anyways, we've got our first discovery, which is the greedy chest, and our second discovery, which is that red crystal. Let's go and pop in the Thaumanomicon, which opens up... Wow, this opens up quite a lot. What is that? That looks interesting. That's piqued my interest for sure. Right, let's go and... Ooh, magic hourglass. Ooh, I don't have enough motors to get that. Anyway, the greedy chest. You have sometimes wondered whether the nature of the hungry chest was actually tied to the true gluttony, or if it was merely anthropomorphizing a simple, largely immobile automaton. My God, I can't speak today. There's just something about the sound that makes when There's just something about the sound it makes when it gobbles things up. You have been unable to detect any cognitive ability in the things, but your studies have nonetheless led to methods by which other needs can be imbued upon such objects. It was a small jump to go from a basic hunger to primitive greed, though harnessing this into something useful to you required the invention of some special components. The avarice pearl, some lucrum and ender pearl. The greedy chest steals items as they're placed in adjacent inventories. In effect, 50% of everything put into its neighbours ends up inside the greedy chest instead, providing the items will fit. If you right-click it with your wand, you can change this behaviour so it takes more or less, attempts to maintain a stock, or takes only items that surpass a given threshold. You can also choose which neighbours it will steal from. That is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. If you don't want to take all of a particular item and you want to take just some, that would be pretty good. The chest will not take from hoppers below it, nor can it steal from another greedy chest that it's set to. That is set to take from its location. You are working on a way to make the chest cover only specific things, a filtering mechanism of sorts. Well, it's pretty easy to craft, I suppose. Oops. But this should be a good start. In the meantime, the other properties of this pearl you have discovered seem interesting. A normal ender pearl teleports you when thrown, but this one is more keyed in to nearby items. Perhaps you should take it out for a spin. You might even learn something. You might even learn something. So if I craft this, I might even, you know, if I scan it, I might learn something. I don't know if that's what it's pointing out there, but ooh, what is you? So we've got all sorts of stuff here. Amplified red crystal, dense red crystal, dim red crystal. I'm more interested in that though. I want to see what this thirsty tank is. Thirsty tank achieved. Let's take a look at what this bad boy can do. I like the sound of it. It looks pretty cool as well. With a few modifications, the magical hunger that drives the hungry chest becomes a thirst that causes a specially constructed tank to drink liquids that it comes into contact with it. Only fluid blocks that can be picked up by a bucket can be swallowed, but even flowing liquid can cause a reaction. The tank can take fluids from the world at some distance, provided there is an unbroken chain of the same type leading from the tank to the target block. In this way, small pools can be consumed without moving the tank. Liquids can also be added or removed from the tank in the standard fashion, such as by buckets or certain golems. If placed next to a water source block, the tank can draw water from it indefinitely. Interesting. So that is something that you probably go ahead and use alongside, you know, with water or with other types of fluids. I thought maybe it had something to do with aspects or something. Could hold a lot more aspects maybe, but that does not seem to be the case with that one. Enchanted paper. I will go ahead in between episodes, guys, and have a look at some of these stuff, because I don't want to show everything on camera here, because I'm not actually doing anything in this episode. I'm not actually doing anything. So I think I may go ahead and make that Essentia crystallizer so I can stick it on the end there. So what do I need for this? Well, it would be part of the artifice, I'm pretty sure. Essentia crystallizer. Where would you be? This seems to be a new thing that I haven't seen, guys. That has totally escaped my attention, actually. Because usually I would have put this in an episode. And I haven't put it in an episode of my Thaumcraft guide yet. Where the heck are you? Okay, I have found it now, guys. It was actually part of the alchemy tab, which would make sense. It's up here. I haven't actually discovered it yet, but I do have it right here. And now I've discovered it. If you guys don't know what this does, it's a very cool, neat little item that will change your liquid Essentia into crystallized Essentia and place it in a nearby chest, or a chest adjacent to the crystallizer. So this thing, you have nearly mastered the art of turning concrete objects into liquid Essentia, so doing the reverse is a simple matter. The Essentia crystallizer draws in liquid Essentia from a pipe network and slowly converts it into small shards of crystalline Essentia. Crystalline Essentia is safe to handle and very stable. The crystallizer either ejects the crystals into the world or into a container. It can be disabled with a redstone signal. Supplying it with Terravis will greatly increase its speed, which is fantastic. I will just go ahead and stick some of those Vis relays down and force some of it this way. So Essentia crystallizer is there. It's going to take some balanced shards, an alchemical construct, basically some stuff I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut here, create this Essentia crystallizer, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I think that should be close enough. That it just so happens, guys, that I had some balanced shards that I did previous to this. I probably thought, oh, I'm tired of making balanced shards. I made a load last time. I can't actually remember. So it was good that I actually found some though, so that's pretty awesome. Anyway, let's go ahead and make that particular thing. I think it was 2 of the... Oh, can I do this without gold fishing? That's the question. Can I do this without gold fishing? Have I just done it? Oh, I have! Essentia crystallizer, guys. There it is. Now, this, of course, wants to get... I think I will place it there. Whoa, it's not like poked outside. Whoops. This thing's too fast. This thing's too fast for me. I think I can just poke it off the side of this thing. Like that. Will that work? I don't know if that's close enough or not. However, we need to put the chest next to this. Which I'm going to put it there. I don't know if that'll work, but we'll soon find out because Terror. Oh, I've got a void jar on the Terror. Can't use that. What can we do? What can we do? Corpus. That's a good one. We go ahead and eat a baked potato. Ah, good stuff. Corpus. Well, it just so happens I've got some rotten flesh. Apparently, I've never scanned this rotten flesh. Probably because in between beta versions, it all reset for some strange reason. Have I not got my thing? Did I put it in here somewhere? Yes, I did. It's right there. Yeah. Some Humanus in there as well. So there's 2. That'll be enough because it'll drop out the Humanus to wherever that is. I'm pretty sure I had a jar for that. Obviously not. But it is actually going into there, which is fantastic. And it is creating crystallized essence. And you can see by the green bar that's going across here that it is actually supplying these in towards there. Quite a lot, actually. You see the little blobs just floating along there. But there you go. That is a very, very good suggestion. And don't forget, guys, that this whole system here is modular, meaning, you know, I could just add on to it really, really easy. I can just snake around and snake around and snake around. And this thing, well, it doesn't need to move, really. It doesn't need to move. I could even go ahead. No, I can't actually do that. But when this snakes around here, I can then, you know, have it coming off the side there. No, I can't. I need that at the end, though, don't I? That is a problem. Because if the end ends up over there, then of course the Vs relay is not going to be able to reach it. Well, either which way, guys, this is the way of getting yourself crystallized essence. I think that is a nice little suggestion there, and I don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. And I think that the best way of doing this is to change all of these into normal jars again, and then get everything else just crystallized and stuffed in a chest, so that if later on down the line I need more of a particular thing, I can just go ahead and melt that back down again, and it will go into the said jar. But there we go. Before we finish off this episode, guys, I want to go ahead and finish this system of which I can go ahead and auto-craft things. Well, I say auto-craft. Auto-smelt them down into these little native clusters. You can see I did have a little bit of iron left over that I've gone ahead and, you know, fed in by this this chest and this hopper. Usually, I don't even need the chest, to be fair. I don't think I even need the chest. However, it'll be better and it'll be easier for me to keep on top of things, I think, if I've got the if I've got the bore that's going around doing all sorts of stuff, and it goes up into the ender chest, say for example. Just using that as an example, if it comes up into the ender chest, it'll pop into here, and then I can find some way of sorting it out from there. Anyway, I need to sort out gold, and I need to sort out cinnabar, which are the things that you can get native clusters from. Let me show you that. There you go. Native cinnabar cluster and native gold cluster, and that will allow me to double what they can do. However, I need to show the system that they can actually deal with this. So I'll pop that into here. Now you can see a little arrow comes up. This is gold. I can pop on gold there, and it will go ahead and use the gold. And of course, cinnabar. Where is cinnabar? Will it not use cinnabar? Seriously? What? Why? How dare you? I don't know if I need... I'm pretty sure that adds 2 onto it. So that's... that is interesting. I could swear that that would actually work. So I wonder if that would deal with both at the same time. You can see the native gold cluster there, which is fantastic. I need more ores to be able to test that system out. I need more ores to be... Oh no, look, it's actually cycling between them. It's actually cycling between them both there. So... that should be able to do both of them. Should be in the operative word. But I need to do more mining to be able to test that fully a little bit. Whoops, that's not the wrong. It's not the right place to put things. I probably will get a little golem just running between here and there. Either that, or I'll use the Botania red string to put them straight into that hopper, which is more likely because that's a hell of a lot faster. However, does it need to be fast? Because of course, you know, using a bore, takes it takes some time to mine them up in the first place. Anyway, guys, if you've got any comments or any suggestions, please go ahead and leave them in the comments and comment section below. That'd be fantastic. I do read all the comments, and of course I do read out all the majority of the comments that have got something great to say or a good suggestion or what have you. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, I've been the Toff Man. As always, stay safe.